all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. My apologies for the late start, but we are going to end on time because the ladies panel is back this week. So y'all are in for a double feature anyway. I wanted to talk about this clip. Probably many of you have seen it before, but we should talk about it. I'm gonna let it play through, and then I want to go point for point. I'm not sitting real close, so hopefully this would be better on the sound. I'm a little bit closer to the mic. We're going to let it play through, and then we're going to go point for point because there are several things wrong with this.
You do when you have fell out of love with your husband for not providing and have fallen back in love with your ex, who is currently having a baby, but is willing to risk it all.
I'm gonna be quick, because you had the wrong podcast.
I would absolutely hate to be your husband. That's just wild work to me. Like, you're willing to leave your husband for another that got a baby on the way. That crazy
not,
work.
No, let me correct that. That is not why I'm leaving my husband. What I left him for was because he was not able to provide for me. This was something that has been going on for a year and a half. Was he
ever able to provide?
A year and a half? That's a season.
So yes, I married him because he was able to provide. He was there to he was able.
Out of here.
You said a year and a half. That's a season. You ain't even giving him a chance to overcome whatever he was going through. You supposed to help him through that. You know what I'm saying?
How long? Okay, I understand that.
Till death do you part. Till death do you part. Till death do you part.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you would be doing him a huge service by leaving him, because you're horrible to have even married him. Not as a person, I don't know you as a person, but to have even married somebody out of convenience and out of obligation because you probably just wanted to be married. I think you guys should both go your separate ways so that you can find people who love you and who you love.
Let me just add this point. If you love someone based on conditions, when they do not meet those conditions, you are going to try to find a way out. If God loved us based on conditions,
talk about it.
You have to make a decision to love someone. You may have moments to where you fall out of love, but you got to make that decision every day. We talking about, it may be some situational stuff. What if she go through menopause and then he just say, I don't love her no more, and I'm going to deal with my ex and stuff like that? We'll be beating him down. So before people choose to get married, make sure that you're not a conditional lover, because it is doomed to fail. That's the wrong foundation to create to begin with.
My biggest concern is not necessarily her, but it's that ripple effect that being in a relationship can make happen. Because if she decides to go back to the ex, she's affecting her husband, she's affecting her ex, She's affecting her ex's baby mom who was pregnant with this guy's kid, and she's affecting that child. So your poor decision making is going to affect 5 other lives.
What do you do?
Before we get into point for point, he nailed it at the end. He really put the real reality of what she got up there to say and sniggling and giggling like it was funny. When you really got up in front of somebody, and this is what I be talking about with a lot of you females, a lot of these hyenas go somewhere and they think it's all fun and games to make whatever kind of decision, temporary, horrific decision, that the selfish decision that they want to make, and don't even think. Don't even want to think. Don't bother to think. Don't take a moment to think about whoever else's life is upended by the things that they are want to do and talking about. The first issue is that she got up there and said the first thing out her mouth was a lie. Listen to the lie.
When you have fell out of love with your husband for not providing.
Fell out of love. You were not in love. The first thing out of her mouth was a lie. Fell out of love would indicate that at some point you were in love. She gives us the truth of this matter in another few moments. When she speaks up again, she tells us why she married him. Had nothing to do with love, had nothing to do with who he was, had nothing to do with his character, how he behaved as a man, how he moved in the world, nothing. There was nothing of substance. She said she married him because of his money. He was able to stabilize her and provide for her in a way that she wanted to be provided for. She was never in love with that man, ever. There was never a moment where she loved him. She didn't love him when she met him. She didn't love him when she walked down that aisle. She didn't love him living in that house, and she don't love him the day she got up there. Never. So the first thing out of her mouth was a lie. I fell out of love. Ma'am, you were never in love. You were never in love. You might have been in desperation. This is why I say don't be with nobody in survivor mode. Don't be with nobody in survivor mode. Don't be with nobody that need help. And when you are a woman in survivor mode, and men too, I say don't do it with nobody, because anybody who is in survivor mode are automatically going to lie. They're gonna start lying. They're running some type of game. They're doing what they gotta do to get into a position where they are no longer in survivor mode. And if you're the person that can help them, they will swallow whatever it is that they don't like about you. And however they don't like the situation, they'll swallow it to be there for a moment, just until they can see their way out of it. It don't matter if that's 6 months from now, 6 years from now, 16 years from now. Whenever they see themselves coming out of that and they feel like they don't need you no more, they can take the training wheels off now. You out of there. They're gone. They're gone. Don't never be with nobody that's in no type of survivor mode. Don't save nobody. There may be a few exceptions to that rule. There's always an exception, but the rule is do not get into no type of situation with somebody and they are in some kind of dire straits. They got to get out of that. And if you do help them, you have to help them outside the context of a relationship. Just help them out of the kindness of your heart or something. But don't help them thinking that this is the way how we gonna solidify a relationship. No. People who get into stuff in survivor mode, that's a horrible way to try to get into or solidify some type of meaningful romantic relationship. Not at all. Meeting with somebody and they're in between housing, you know, and they got all this stuff going on. Hey, you're gonna have to climb out of that hole first. And like I said, if you do help them out of the kindness of your heart or something like that. Do not help them with the hopes that this is going to bring you some closer together for a relationship. Do not do it from that perspective. If you're gonna help, but don't do it for a relationship. Because she had to be in some kind of survivor mode. Because she got with that man without having any kind of real care, concern, or love for this man. But he came through shelling out money, paying stuff, letting her stay, and all this other kind of stuff. That's what he came out doing. He had to, because she looked at him and said, you know what? I don't like him, but he doing X, Y, and Z, and I need that right now. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to suck it up and take what he's offering, and I'm going to try to do this for as long as I can. Deal seemed pretty good to me. Because see, when you get people like that, they don't be treating you right in a relationship, no way. They don't treat you right, no way. She never treated that man right. They don't be having no respect. You understand? They don't be having no type of respect for you. They don't have no respect for no boundaries. They don't have no respect for nothing because they don't actually like you or love you. They are just here because it is convenient for them in one way or the other. That's just like a dude coming out of jail. He ain't got nowhere to go, and he ain't got no job yet, and he ain't got nothing yet. So sure, he'll come over there and live with you. No matter how overbearing you are, no matter how unattractive you are, no matter what he think of you, he will come and stay and lay up in your house because he's in what? Survivor mode. As soon as he don't gotta do that, he's out. And before that time come, he ain't caring about nothing you talking about. Same thing with these females. They be broke. They be bums. They be in all kind of financial trouble. And then some dude come along talking about he gonna pay a bill. Oh, okay.
And have fallen back in love with your ex, who is currently having a baby, but is willing to risk it all.
You're gonna, and she sat back and smiled after she said that foolishness. Here's the first problem. Why you know your ex business? Supposedly, you were a married woman, allegedly. So if you was allegedly married to a man you allegedly loved, why do you know your ex's business? Huh? Why you know your ex business? Why you know your ex business so much? You ain't say nothing about having kids with the ex or any of that, or anything that would consistently tie you to that ex. So why you know that ex business? Why you know he with a chick and got her pregnant, yet how do you know he willing to risk it all? Because you never stopped entertaining the ex, because that's who your coochie jump for. That's who you get wet for. Never mind that y'all are exes for a reason. You know your ex business because you study talking to him. Huh? Your husband ain't providing. We gonna listen to it some more.
I'm gonna be quick, cause you had the wrong podcast.
I would absolutely hate to be your husband. That's just wild work to me. Like, you're willing to leave your husband for another that got a baby on the way. That is crazy
not,
work.
No, let me correct that. That is not why I'm leaving my husband. What I left him for was because he was not able to provide for me. This was something that has been going on for a year and a half.
Was he ever able to
A year and a
provide
half?
food?
That's a season.
So yes, I married him because he was able to provide. He was there to he was able.
Out of here.
You said a year.
And she tells us why she really was there with that man. Listen, let me tell y'all something. And I have said this before, and I'm gonna keep on saying it to the brothers. Please do not listen to none of these podcasts, none of these panels, none of these when other men are trying to convince men that the only way to get any kind of woman to be with you or to quote unquote be in compliance with you is through money. Do not listen to that. Please, my brothers, hear what I am saying to you. And I am being extra serious right now. As a woman, I've been a woman all my life. So I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. Never lead a relationship with your money and what you able to pay for and provide. Do not lead with your money, what you can pay for and what you are able to provide. Let me clarify that for you. That does not mean not be capable of doing all of that. But when I say don't lead with that, do not bait your hook with that, because you will attract the women who will use you specifically for what you can do. And they will not pay any attention to, nor will they care about who you are as a man. They will not love you genuinely. They will not have genuine care and concern. They will not be motivated to actually be with you in a meaningful marriage where they there for the long haul, whether it's up and whether it is down. Because if you lead with your money, your ability to pay for things, your ability to provide things, and things of that nature, if you lead with that, expect to get a woman who will only be there as long as you can do that. As we all know, life be lifing. And you may not be able to have tomorrow what you have today. Money go up, money go down, money get funny, economies crash, investments go bad, mass layoffs be happening, all kinds of things, many of which will not be in your control. You may be a hard worker, you may be a very intelligent man, you may be a very resourceful man, but there are times when external factors come into play that will disrupt your money. And you might be down for a little bit. Sometime it might be down for a year. You might be down more than that. And that won't have nothing to do with you being lazy. That won't have nothing to do with you being shiftless or unmotivated. And you need a woman, if you're going to walk somebody down an aisle, you need that woman to be able to buckle down with you in those times. And when she buckles down with you, when it get low, she'll help you as much as she can to get out of that into the place you were before, or a better place than you were before. This is why it is critical. It is critical for you as men, especially y'all, those of you with a couple of dollars, it is critical for you all not to lead with your money. You can have it. You can be more than willing to share it. But do not use it to attempt to lure a woman. Money do not make women submissive. Money do not make women act right. Women submit to and act right with men that they respect and hold value for. And she has to have integrity herself as a woman. There are many men. I am not trying to step on. Please be very aware of what I'm saying. I am not here to step on good men and their propensity to want to provide, to want to do, to want to help, to want to stabilize. I'm not saying don't do that, but you got to do that after you have vetted her with other things, not your money. In other words, she needs to be in a position as you vet her to earn that your provision in that way. Because the best provision you can give any woman, the test of any woman, is the provision of your leadership and the provision of your structure. Because if she cannot abide by whatever your leadership style is and however your structure go, if she can't do that, then she don't need the other part of your provision, which is financial. She don't need that part. She don't need that part. She needs to, as you develop a relationship with a woman, the first part of your provision that she needs to do is conform to your system, order, and structure. If she cannot do that, all bets is off for the other stuff. We're not going no further. You can't be in my house. We're not going to cohabitate. We're not doing none of that. That is what she needs. That's the provision that you start out with. Your structure, your leadership, your vision, your ability to add structure and order. And whether or not she's able to conform to your leadership style without trying to change your leadership style. Note to the women, when you are in situations where y'all are vetting one another, you may not be able, this is a side note, you may not be able to abide by a particular man's leadership style or his vision or what he's trying to do. You might not be capable of helping him with that. This is the compatibility that you're really looking for. You may not be capable of being his helpmeet. Even if you are a submissive woman, even if you are a woman that, you know what I'm saying, is coming in with some type of integrity. The thing that you have to do is once you recognize that, you have to have an adult conversation with this man and you have to leave that man alone. Do not try to change. The mistake that so many women make is trying to change that man at the outset. Y'all be trying to change his leadership style. Y'all be trying to change his vision. Y'all be trying to change how he do stuff. Leave him alone. It is not your job to try to change how he set his order. You can't be in there because you can't do whatever it is that he requires you to do. And that may be all right. I'm not saying you're a bad woman for it, but he's also not a bad guy. So you have to not waste his time. Y'all don't want men to waste y'all time, and I agree with that. But nobody's supposed to be wasting nobody's time. Once you realize that he is who he is, and you can't rock with it, leave him alone. Leave that man alone. You will be helping him. He may not like the taste of it at that moment, but you will be helping him by not wasting his time and resources. If he's not your cup of tea, leave him alone. Let me get to these very generous super chats and a commercial break. But after these messages, we'll be right back. I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Please if you're trying to keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best in the summertime, you know, it's heating up and we got t-shirts and sundresses and all that type of thing on. And we have to be, you know, have this melanin popping and moisturized. And you need the body butter on the screen right now. If this is going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. Oh, you guys are bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button, bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you so much, twin. What's going on?
Mr. Grid!
What's poppin', twin?
How's it going?
Hey, you doing?
So I don't give two Hershey squirts about these boneyard hyenas. Yet I'll most certainly politely interrupt to say, hey, twin, our solar return day is fast approaching. Pop this, twin. Yeah, listen, Saturday. But thank you, sweetheart. And thank you, and thank you again. Common Man said, teach, Kendra, teach. Thank you so much. I appreciate the very generous contribution. Thank you so much. And last, but of course not least,
It feels amazing. I like how it's making you do the push.
This right here is official. Never really saw anything like this before. How do you know when you're doing the proper push up? You gotta go all the way down, chest touching the floor, coming back up full extension. But now that you told me how to do it, now how you know when you're doing it? You don't know, and you won't know unless you have what it is. Nah, that was fine. That was fine. It makes sure it keeps you accountable. Accountability is everything. So
incredible. You can't cheat.
great.
Go all the way down and all the way up, and that's one solid rep. Good money.
That's it. It's no arguing, no debating, no questioning. All the way down, all the way up. You got to start and finish the same way. She got my shit.
Fucking crib right now.
so the link is pinned to the top of the chat, theproperpush.com/VIP. Click it in order to unlock your exclusive VIP offer. The way in which you do that is to click the link at the top of the chat, put your email in, and then verify your email. Once that's done, you'll be sent an email to your inbox. And if it's not in your inbox, check your spam and your junk, because you will be sent an email that will invite you to lock down that VIP exclusive offer for only $1. There are only 100 spots for this. You'll be receiving 20% off the Proper Push when the product launches, the Proper Push merchandise, instant alerts when Kickstarter goes live, and also first access to early bird Kickstarter rewards and limited deals that will be available only for the people who have the VIP exclusive offer. So the link is pinned to the top of the chat, theproperpush.com/VIP. All of our sponsorship links are also to be found in the description of every video and live stream. So we're gonna come back to this.
Year and a half. That's a season. You ain't even giving him a chance to overcome whatever he was going through. You supposed to help him through that. You know what I'm saying?
How long? Okay.
So how long? She said, how long? That's when the other guy spazzed out and said, "To death do us part." This message is lost on her because she was never in it to be married to this man. She was in it for how she said she was in it, to get the benefit, the financial and the stabilizing benefit of being with that man. First of all, she said not providing, which we don't know what that means. We don't know what that means because we cannot take these hyenas' word for nothing. You can't take their word for it. You can't take their word for it. Because what do not provide mean? Because the way that they say stuff, the way she said that she would have you to believe that they are moving pillar to post, they are homeless now and hungry now and have been so for like a year. She don't look any worse for wear to me. Not providing, it's probably something as like something happened with his money or his income, and maybe they don't have the extras and the little extra money that they may have had before. So you have to budget a little bit now. You're having to budget the money and not spend it frivolously and thoughtlessly. You kind of got to make a couple of dollars stretch and things of that nature. That's more or less probably what not providing. Okay. Something happened, maybe possibly to his income, maybe job got cut. He had to look for other work. Maybe that other work don't pay as much as his previous work. They're not out of anything. He's able to still maintain the house, the place that they live, and what I'm saying, things of that nature. The bills is getting paid. But she may not be able to be doing all of the little extra things that she call herself brag about and want to do and all of this other type of stuff. That's it. Because she had money to pay for the ticket to come see tonight's conversation. So she ain't that broke. You ain't that broke. And what be happening to y'all money? This is why I say don't get nobody in survival mode. What be happening to y'all money? I'm talking to the chicks. Where y'all money be at? Because it be capped. Y'all get on this internet and y'all be lying about what kind of little money y'all got. Y'all don't be having no money. The biggest ones talking about they don't need no man be the brokest ones. Them be the brokest ones. I'm here to tell y'all that the chicks that's constantly talking about they don't need no man to do nothing and this and that, they be the brokest chicks. Because I have never seen a woman, even a single woman, in real life who is working and she have to pay all her bills. Those women usually are not super frivolous with their money, especially if they don't have a lot of excess of money. One thing that I have noticed about women, even single women who have to work and take care of everything, they actually do be knowing how to stretch a little dollar. And they're usually the women who are actually paying things and not trying to use men to do this, that, and the third. They are not typically the ones that's talking about how much money they got. That's hoe talk. I've come to understand that's hoe talk. How much money they got, but they never can really specify what they be doing for work and stuff like that. That'd be hoe. That's hoe talk. That's hoe talk. That's hoe talk. It be cap. Because any woman that's really wife material and she have income of her own, I don't never be hearing them women talk about what kind of lifestyle their husband can provide for them. I really don't be never hearing them women talk about that. Because typically the wife women are actually helping and contributing into their household financially. Do y'all get what I'm saying? I just feel like it's a lot of lies be told around this internet. A lot of lies. A lot of lies. Yeah, these women full of cap about this money and what kind of lifestyle they. I don't be believing it. I don't be believing it. Because you got to be living some type of little whole lifestyle because you don't know the value of a dollar. So you must have ain't never really worked for no money and had to really spend your money wisely. They be too hurt when a couple of little dollars. I just don't believe it. Do y'all get what I don't know if I'm the only one, if I'm tweaking or not, but I just don't be believing it. My baby said something earlier that I want to go back to see if I can see it. But sometimes I can't. I want to find the comment. My baby said the ex ain't providing either. He taking care of the baby mama. What is the ex about to give you? What he about to give you that your husband don't give you?
I understand that.
Till death do you part. Till death do you part. Till death do you part.
Okay.
I think you would be doing him a huge service by leaving him because you're horrible to have even married him. Not as a person, I don't know you as a person, but to have even married somebody out of convenience and out of obligation because you probably just wanted to be married. I think you guys should both go your separate ways so that you can find people who love you and who you love.
Let me just add this point. If you love someone based on conditions, when they do not meet those conditions, you are going to try to find a way out. If God loved us based on conditions,
talk about it.
You have to make a decision to love someone. You may have moments to where you fall out of love, but you got to make that decision every day.
What Kitty is saying right here, it only apply to people who want to be married, but they going through a hard time. This one don't want to be married. Good marital advice is wasted on this hyena because she don't want to be married. She don't even want to be married to the ex. She don't want to be married to her husband because she don't like him. She love that ex, but she don't want to be married to him either. Because if the ex were to marry her, she would cause chaos with the ex too. That's why they're exes.
Hey, we talking about it may be some situational stuff. What if she go through menopause and then he just say, I don't love her no more, and I'm gonna deal with my ex and stuff like that? We'll be beating him down. So before people choose to get married, make sure that you are not a conditional lover, because it is doomed to fail. That's the wrong foundation to create to begin with.
My biggest concern.
This is where he really nails it.
Is not necessarily her, but it's that ripple effect that being in a relationship can make happen. Because if she decides to go back to the ex, she's affecting her husband. She's affecting
Her husband. See, because he might not know that this is a heifer. So he gonna be hurt. So she gonna potentially break her husband's heart. Okay, he gonna have a story to tell after she leave. You know, man, she left me after I went through a hard time. Man, these women ain't da. She gonna give him a story to tell, right?
affecting her ex. She's affecting her ex's baby mom.
She'll be affecting everything that the ex got going on. Whatever he's got going on. And she don't know what he got going on. She only knows what he told her. She thinks she got the full scope of what's happening. She don't know nothing other than what he let her know. That he got a baby on the way with a chick. He done probably downplayed who this woman is to him. He done downplayed who that. He getting her to believe that he'll give it all up for her. No, he won't. Because for all we know, he in love with this woman. And he have no intention of not being with her. At all. He don't have no intention of not being with that woman and not taking care of his kid. None. So you're going to leave being some man's wife to be your ex's slut again. That's essentially what she's contemplating. How to lower my value. How to subjugate myself down and degrade myself from a worthy status of being a wife to being my ex's plaything and his slut again. So I can argue with him about how much he paying attention to his baby mama because I thought that's all she was. But when I destroyed my marriage in order to come over here to quote unquote be the top chick because that she's getting a kick out of quote unquote stealing him from her, from that other woman. Even though she having a baby with him, I'm the top chick. You know, he was willing to dish you to the side for me. And she gonna get over there and realize that he in love with that girl. He gonna remind you why y'all are exes. Whatever toxicity that y'all had before, that's gonna resume times 10. He's not going to respect you because you left your husband for him. So he know what kind of scumbag you are. So you're not going to get any respect from him. He don't, that man don't respect you. The fact that you even talk to him in the manner that you talk to him while you so-called married, he know where to put you, baby. He know you a hoe. He know you a hoe. He know all that. He know all that. He know you not worthy. He already know you not worthy. He gonna try to make you do a threesome and everything. He know you ain't worthy, baby. He don't care nothing about what you talking about. You gonna get over there and try to run stuff, and he not gonna let you run it. You gonna think you running something, and you will not be running nothing. You're gonna leave your husband in order to get over there and be mad. I thought you was gonna leave her. I mean, I ain't never tell you that. Ain't nobody tell you to leave your husband. Trying to sabotage his relationship with the baby mama and the baby. So these are all the people
who was pregnant with this guy's kid, and she's affecting that child. So your poor decision making is going to affect 5 other lives.
Exactly. Your poor decision making is going to affect 5 people, including yourself. Negatively, might I add. None of those effects will be positive. None of those effects will be positive. None of those consequences will be positive, good consequences. All of them will be negative. Every negative consequence that you could possibly think of, she's going to put that in motion by trying to make the decision that she's trying to make. And she's using the quote unquote, the provision thing to justify why she's going to go and be selfish and chaotic and dramatic. Right. She'll do her best to get pregnant to compete with his baby mama. This is the foolishness. But I got to get on up out of here. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Y'all want to, grab something to eat, grab something to drink or something like that. And we're going to be back in another 20 minutes for the ladies' table. So y'all get ready for that. We're going to cut on up out of here. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.